Hello, so I thought we would do a background paper today, but rather than paper I'm going to do it onto fairly strong but still flexible card. It's just the back of a 12 by 12 scrapbook pad, and it's fairly flexible, so it'll be easy to cut when I've got it all covered. I've got a selection of things that I've gathered up. You'll see they're all sort of pinks and beiges and vintagey pink colours. There's some scraps of patterned paper. There's some old jelly print scraps, that's got a bit of glitter on it. Some handmade paper with wildflowers in. Tea stained paper. There's also quite a lot of book pages. Some napkins left over from other projects, so they're sort of part napkins, and also some of my halo effect tissues from the other day. There is a video on creating the halo papers if you want to watch that. And then these are just mop-up pieces of kitchen towel. So I've dabbed something with those, which has picked the ink up. So I'll set some of these aside for the moment because they'll go on the top layers. The tissues will go on the top layers. And we'll start by using our patterned and book pages. So I'll spread those out over there and we'll start. I've got decoupage glue. This is a Deco Art one. I love it because it's just so nice to use. It's quite a light one, it's not heavy, and it's just brilliant. I just love it. So I'm just going to start and just cover this area with just sort of pieces of paper, so I've got a background. It doesn't have to be anything startling because it will be covered up with the other more interesting papers. So I'm just sort of covering it randomly, as I say. When I'm doing these things, I actually don't mind some texture in the papers because it adds more interest. But if you want to have it without any texture and completely smooth, you can use an old credit card or a brayer to get the air bubbles and everything out from underneath the papers. Just moving the air bubbles to the edges and getting rid of them. But as I say, I don't mind some texture. So I'll just keep adding papers until go to the edge there, till we've got quite a lot on and a fair bit of surface covered. If I've got, if you can see, if I've got pieces like this that have actually got two straight edges, I'll use those on the edges of my base layer because I might as well utilise them rather than tearing them off. Doesn't matter if we don't go right to the very, very edges. Trying to keep this central so you can see. Again, I've got more book pages with a corner, so I'll go in there with those. Doesn't matter if they overlap. You won't see a great deal of these when they're finished, and it doesn't matter if they overlap the edges either because I can trim those off later. Over here again. You could use watered down PVA or matte medium for attaching your papers to your base layer. I like, as I say, I like this decoupage glue because it's nice and light. But you can use what you've got. Let's see, I'll have a long strip down there, I think. Don't like that straight edges so much. The end. That there. And don't worry about reading the writing because you aren't going to see any of the writing and you don't actually want to read it. It's meant to be just a background and just add visual texture. Let's see. I'll go there again. So we've got another corner piece. Partly overlapped onto that one. This dictionary page is quite thin so you can see the other pieces of text underneath. I've got little scraps like that, I just add them in. Oh, this is quite nice. This is a piece of music paper. That'll go quite nicely there. This base layer is a little bit like creating a masterboard. It's just random, adding little bits here and there. Now you see, I was going to put that up to the edge, but that would have made that straight line across there, and I don't want a lot of straight lines. I want randomness. So I make it so that the edges overlap onto other pieces. We're getting there, we haven't got a lot more to cover. We'll have a little bit in there. Because I'm working quite quickly, sometimes I've already got enough glue on, but sometimes it has dried and I just need to add a little bit more. You'll sort of get the hang of it. What else have we got? And I might end up with little areas with nothing on, just the blank craft card. Doesn't matter because I'll probably cover them up later on with other bits and pieces of papers. The main areas that you want covered are the edges, because you don't always go right up to the edge with some of your additional interesting papers. And like most mixed media, you might end up covering the majority of this up. It's not important. It all adds to the layers, and it's just part of mixed media is covering layers up. A little bit on there, and I think that'll do for now. So I've got most of this covered just with random text pages. So I think we'll have a little bit over here. just in the middle of there because it looks just a bit bare there. Just skimming through all my other little bits and pieces. No, I think we'll call that done for now. I'll turn the video off, dry it, and then we'll move to the next stage. Right, so we're back with our dried base layers. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this in a portrait sort of format or landscape. I think I might do it landscape because then I could use this for the cover of a journal, either a junk journal or sort of a stitched signature journal. So I've got various papers which tone. I've also got scraps of papers with pinky tones on, which I quite like. So I'm going to, these I've already ripped up, and I've ripped sort of a square like this across, so I get sort of a corner effect, which I quite like. And I thought I might add those to both corners. I do rather like this as well, so I may add that in the other corners, or I might just do it underneath. I'll see. I've got various scraps of other pinky papers, which I could add underneath. You don't always have to see a lot. You could just have a little bit sort of underneath like that, and then maybe another piece up here coming in. I tend to work from the edges coming inwards, and sometimes it might be that I've got little bits like this from where I've torn the other papers, and I'll just go in like that. But I'll add pieces in, and then we'll work on the next stage. So I'll just audition a few bits to see what I think. This is part of a vintage cookery magazine, and it says margarine, but it's not particularly the word I want, it's just the interest of the text. And I think I'm going to go in there with that. So I'm going to add that in. Maybe some more of these. This is the same page of the magazine, just coming down and in, and maybe like that from that corner, and then more pink bits, maybe some of this, which is quite interesting. When you're tearing papers, if you want a white edge on, say, the left hand piece that's in my left hand, pull the right hand piece of paper away and towards you. You get a white edge. If you don't want a white edge, then you push it away to tear it. Like that. And you don't get a white edge. Depends on the effect you want. I don't think I actually want that to be in the corner. So I'm just possibly going to have it coming in something like that. And I may put some pieces like that going just across. Let's see. Or I might have some pieces just underneath. Yeah, I think we'll have that piece underneath there. And it looks a bit disjointed, but the next stage is going to be adding some paint and gesso and blending the different areas in. I'm just auditioning a few bits to see what I think. Not sure if I like this or not. No, I don't think I like that. What else have we got? More jelly plate pieces. So I'll go this way. And I can come in from the sides and up from the base with pieces like this. Yeah, so I think we're getting there. We're making a good start. So I'll start adding some of these in. Let's see, move those up. That's that.